and we did our marketing plan on Sweet Street. I'm Olivia.
I'm Steve.
I'm Hannah. I'm Courtney.
I'm Brendan.
Okay. All right. Sweet Street is located on 592 William R. Lincoln Drive, which is right across from Walgreens and Wendy's. It's not too far from all of that, and it's a specialty candy retailer. We're just going to start with some of our market research that we did. I did demographics specifically for chocolate, just because Sweet Street does a ton of specialty chocolate, and we thought that it had the best demographics. And it says 24% of chocolate consumers live in the Midwest, which is second behind the South, so that's good news for Sweet Street. And then in an average day, 41% of the population consumes confections or candy at least once, and half of those consumptions are chocolate. And another thing that we thought was important was that chocolate consumption for teen is continually rising, just because a lot more teenagers have jobs and are making money, so they're able to buy more things for themselves. Women buy chocolate more than men, and chocolate has the highest rate of repeat purchase among all other confections. All this information is from the National Confectioners Association. 88% of adult moderate chocolate eaters believe that they have control over their health, which is 7% higher than the non-chocolate eaters. And I thought that was really interesting, just because a lot of people think that if you're really healthy, you're not going to eat candy, but this actually kind of shows the opposite of that. So that's not really something that Sweet Street needs to be worried about all the time. And consumers eat chocolate for enjoyment and taste regardless on their lifestyle. And even health-conscious consumers will buy chocolate, so they're not going to have to worry about that. And then this is from the U.S. Census Bureau. And as of 2010, there's 3,365 confectionaries and nut stores in the U.S., which I'm sure is a lot more now, just because that is from 2010. And there's more than 1,100 businesses that make chocolate treats, and more than 400 companies manufacture non-chocolate confections, and they employ more than 53,000 workers. So basically what we've gathered from this market research is that Americans may want a healthy lifestyle, but the confectionery industry has had record sales the past couple of years, so it's not really 100% true, I guess. And chocolate is leading the way in the market, so this is a great thing for Sweet Street because they have a lot of specialty chocolate.
Okay, so what Sweet Street does, they don't only focus on what they offer, but how they offer it. They have a lot of, most of their candies are fresh and sanitary. Like, for example, on Fridays from now through August, they offer fresh, hand-dipped, chocolate-covered strawberries. Sanitary, they're very sanitary there. It's very important to them. They personally scoop all the candy out themselves, and then they don't mix up wrapped candy with the unwrapped candy, just because their sanitation is very important to them. It's very unique to this area. That's what they can offer. There's not really any other specialty candy stores around, other than they're just large retailers, but they just have regular candy, and you get more bang for your buck. The quantity and the quality of the products outweigh the price differential from these other retailers like Walmart, Walgreens, Kroger. And they offer nostalgia. It allows people to go back to their younger days, find old-fashioned candy, old-fashioned sodas, and stuff like that.
So this is the SWOT analysis, talking about the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Steve just mentioned some of the strengths that Sweet Street does have. They do provide quality handmade products in store that's unique to the area, but also where you can't really get it from anywhere else. He mentioned how they have a strong sense of nostalgia from the customers. This allows the customers to build a strong relationship with the business, because if they're offering something that other products or other companies don't, then that'll make them exclusive. And if they want, let's say, like handmade popcorn or handmade chocolate that's more quality than the store sold items, then they'll go there instead. Their pricing, they have a really good pricing for the type of quality of products that they make. All their chocolate is made like the top, like it's done the best way that they can, and it's very unique, which is another role of why their customer base is so loyal. Some of the weaknesses that the brand does have, the brand image and awareness is very low. Most people, even the people that are like from Bourbonnais or Kankakee, have never heard of Sweet Street, or at least have never been there. They have limited potential for their expansion based on their uniqueness. Because they do have so much in-store stuff and they have a low employee count, the information for how to make the things they do is really limited to just the company owner and his wife. The low number of employees, this is a problem because it's in terms of how they get their name out, the types of promotions that they have, but also like the amount of potential workers all at one time. And then they also lack the funds needed for effective advertisements. They've done Facebook couponing, they've done newspaper couponing, but because their name is so unaware to people that it was ineffective. So some of the opportunities that they do have, they can use technologies such as Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter. Like I mentioned, they have a Facebook, but their Facebook is weak and it's not updated regularly. And without a high follower count on the Facebook, the information that they're providing is basically not essential. And then they can also work with schools, they can work with Olivet, but also local high schools for special events such as Halloween, Valentine's Day, Easter, basically any big day where chocolate buying or buying for confections is popular. And then they can also have a monthly gifting program or monthly program where they receive special products like to their home to try and get a wider taste of Sweet Street at maybe a discounted price than it would be normally to just go in and buy the product. Again, for more special events, children's birthdays and other major events like weddings, graduation parties, goodie bags are really popular with kids. So to include like 10 to 15 goodie bags at a discounted price for a mom to go in and pick up, and maybe they wrap it all themselves, they have it decorated neatly. Like, I think that kind of stuff it's small, but it's still important. I think they should really take advantage of that. And then some of the threats that Steve mentioned earlier is that big business, discount stores, and other specialty retails, conveniently, their location, they don't have many specialty retailers competition, but they do suffer business to Walmart and Kroger and some of the bigger places out there because they sell that type of impulse buy chocolate that people look for, like the quick candy bar at the checkout, or because most people don't go out of their way to get candy or chocolate unless it's for the nostalgia feel and they're a consistent consumer, which in order to get relies back on their need for a bigger awareness. Sweet Street is also likely to have low profit margins based on their inability to buy in bulk. This is buying a large amount of chocolate at a reduced price because the vendor wants to sell it for cheaper, and this allows them to either lower their prices or raise their prices to help promote their business. So the competitive analysis, this is kind of the SWOT broken down. They really need local retailers, or their competitors are the local retailers who sell chocolates and other things, because, like I mentioned, Sweet Street only sells chocolates and confections. Most people don't go out of their way to get such items. They're currently doing a better job of brand awareness and capitalizing on impulse buyers, because Sweet Street isn't for the impulse buyer, it's for the specific buyer that will go out of their way to get their product, which kind of makes them a specialty niche market, which is why they could raise their pricing, but that could have adverse effects. And then Sweet Street's competitive advantage is their quality of product and their word of mouth. The people that do go to Sweet Street let other people know about it because of how good it really is. It's just really not heard of enough.
Alright, so the critical issues that we see that Sweet Street has is their non-existent website. They don't have a website even to go look at the hours, what they have to offer. So that's a really big need that they really should have to build their brands. And underutilized social media. So they, as I said before, they do have a Facebook, but they don't update it regularly or even upload photos at all. So that would be something that they would need to do more consistently, just so that their brand pops up more in people's Facebook feeds. And create an thought this was most important because Instagram is all about visuals. It's about looking at something and thinking of something else. So especially for a candy and chocolate store, this is something that would be really great for them to use because they can just go right over to their counter and take a picture and upload it. And plenty of people would want to go to their store after seeing a lot of pictures of candy and chocolate. And effective advertising. As we said before too, they did use a newspaper and Facebook, but it didn't really work because, as you said, no one really knows their store very well. So if we utilize their social media and use their website, and we can put more advertising out, it would work a lot better than before. And community relations, just working with all of that or other businesses to get their name out there would help them a lot.
Their key marketing strategy is just word of mouth. It's a local business, so people in the area, they rely on to just tell their friends, tell their neighbors about their products and their candy that they like. Small town, so it's not very difficult to spread the word. Newspaper ads and radio announcements they rely heavily on. Their marketing coordinator, who is just one of the owner's wives, will set up radio interviews in the area to tell the people listening about promotions and special events happening at Sweet Street. One of their really creative marketing strategies is around Easter. They'll have one employee dress up as the Easter Bunny and go door to door to whoever bought it in advance and give candy to their children or families or guests from out of town. So that's really unique and very personable and a good idea on Sweet Street's part. So as we touched on before, they specialize in sweets that are more unique than competitors before considering their cost. They have baseball-sized jawbreakers and chocolate-covered gummy bears, which you wouldn't see in a regular Walmart or Kroger. They also make all their popcorn fresh in store, and you can get that in different flavors like chocolate or caramel. And then just nostalgic products, again, is very strong in Sweet Street. Their shop is located in a square-sized room, so you can walk in and see everything, but they have it laid out very nicely so that you don't feel overwhelmed when you walk in or like it's cluttered or anything like that. And again, the store is extremely sanitary, which is great since candy stores are so popular in kids. So as he said, they keep all their open candy behind the counter, so the employee has to go grab it. And that really just helps because in normal candy shops like Sweet Street, any kid can go in and grab candy and like just stick their hand in it, which just spreads germs like crazy. And they're relational with many customers. They know a lot of their customers who come into their shop and they know exactly what they want, which really helps bring back repeating customers. One customer actually fills a suitcase that doesn't live here anymore, who's moved out of the area, with popcorn every time she comes in and just fills it as high as she can, and it lasts her until she returns to Bourbonnais pretty much.
Okay, some of the keys to success, first and foremost, I don't have it up there first, but first and foremost is obviously get their website up and running. All questions and concerns would probably go directly back to the website, and like I said earlier, for hours of operation and just like the days they're open. Next would be their social media, to utilize that more often. Facebook page. They have a bunch of teens working there, and they can't keep them off their phones, so why not feed their addiction and let them post on Sweet Street's behalf. Also they can promote the store. They can promote the Facebook page at the store by putting signs around the store saying, hey, follow us on Facebook, like our page, and around the community, and to build up their followers. They can post special deals and coupons on Facebook. I know we mentioned earlier that didn't really work very well, but that's probably because they didn't have very many followers. They can allow their employees to monitor, and they can just set the guidelines for them to follow, like in terms of posting on the Facebook page. And also we mentioned Instagram account, which would be huge for a place like that. Just take pictures of what the products you offer, and then post them probably on a daily basis, maybe hourly sometimes. And Another key to success would be to become more active in the community, build a presence at ONU and KCC even in some events, maybe put some signs up around here or something. The Bears training camp would probably be a huge thing to market your company for, because there's a ton of people coming in and out of here. At the holidays, you mentioned the Easter Bunny going around. Maybe they could do that with Christmas with Santa Claus or something like that. And then, as I mentioned, to get the website up and running as soon as possible, and then just keep it fresh, like keep offering the fresh popcorn, fresh chocolate dipped strawberries, and then people keep coming back.
And for controls, what our team decided to do to help them is our goal is to introduce them to social media and everything that can bring them. They were aware of social media, but they weren't exactly sure how to implement it or how it would actually help them. They weren't aware of how great of a business it could be for them. So we really just wanted to introduce them to it, show them how it works, what kind of things they could do to promote it, and then we hope to bring on Sweet Street an employee to keep up with the social media. So like he said, they're always on their phones anyway, so you might as well just use that to your advantage and just let them, take pictures of them, take pictures of customers in the store, take pictures